minutes to do.
Good afternoon, everybody.
And this is Laura Pack, not Bonnie Porter. Lara. I was not here the last meeting. I did not conduct
Oh, was
this
it in the
meeting.
paper?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, the other Bonnie.
Oh, that's all right, honey. The other Bonnie. It was the other
It was the
Bonnie.
other Bonnie Braun from Floyd County.
Okay. Call to order the meeting of the Paintsville Lake Historical Association regular scheduled meeting for Monday, September the 19th, 2016, roughly about 4:30 p.m. Can we have a roll call, please?
Richard Mullins, Jerry Daniel,
Here.
Andrew Dixon,
Here.
Bonnie Porter,
Here.
Bobby McCoy,
Here.
Laura Pack,
Here.
Kay Hall.
Now we're going to look at the approval of the minutes of the regularly scheduled meeting from the 15th of August, 2016. We'll glance through those.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
Have a second?
Second.
Motion made and second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it. It carries. Now approval of the financial reports and payment of bills for August 2016.
Make the motion.
Motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Motion made and a second. All in favor signify by an aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. Mr. Russell, where's Russell? There's Russell. Hi, Russell. Russell's report.
Well, the farm itself is in excellent condition. It's probably in the best shape it's been in this season as far as looking good. We've got everything where it looks great. Animals, everything's in good condition. We're getting everything ready for our Appalachian Crafts Day. And anyway, we're getting everything to where it looks great for that, I hope. The gift shop itself, you know, is down some as far as that. I think in August we dropped close to $200 below
Contribute.
last year's August.
Contribute that a lot maybe to the heat.
And
It's so hot.
well, that could have a lot to do with it. And this year in September, so far we're running way behind in September. So I think last September we did 9, especially I've got it right here, I believe, that we actually did a little over $9,000 last year in September, and this September we're just now doing 2,200. It's not as far as that's not going to do good.
What all's on the horizon? What all's coming up, Russell?
The only thing that we have coming up at this time is just Appalachian Crafts Day, and then we need to start working on our Christmas event, which we need to start working on it as soon as possible. And I talked to Stephanie a little bit about that, and we actually need to start, next week on working on it, so that we're not lagging behind.
Sure.
I think this year on Heritage, or on Appalachian Crafts Day, I want to call it Heritage Day because it has been for years now. But I think this year on our Appalachian Crafts Day, we didn't get started soon enough. We should have started in August. The 1st of August, actually, we should have been hitting schools and getting started on it.
How many schools have confirmed thus far?
We've got, I think so far, we've got like two or three groups, which is a little over 200 kids. That's way down from last year.
We're still actively pursuing, contacting our resource officers at the schools.
Actually, right this time, there's no need of contacting anybody, because what they do, if you really don't get in there in August to contact these people about September, they can't get their buses ready. They have to do this in business meetings at least a month before. Before they can actually.
Was there any specific reason for the delay?
We just, I guess, just didn't have everything together.
Okay. You wanna have any questions of Russell? Nothing? Motion to adjourn this section?
Motion to adjourn.
Second?
Second.
A motion and a second, all in favor, signify with an eye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. That concludes the Paintsville Lake Historical Association meeting. Do you want to go read the big one? Well, have we heard from our president? No.
You didn't answer your phone either.
Okay, we'll call to order the Paintsville Tourism Commission regular scheduled meeting Monday, September the 19th, 2016 at 4:40 roughly, with a roll call, Ms. Lynette.
Richard Mullins, Jerry Daniel.
Here.
Andrea Dixon.
Here.
Bonnie Porter.
Here.
Bobby McCool.
Here.
Laura Pack.
Here.
Kate Hall.
Okay, and an approval of the minutes of the regular scheduled meeting from last month, August 15th. There's a bunch of them, I'll give y'all just a second before we move on. We have a motion to approve the minutes from August 15th.
Motion to approve.
Second.
A motion being made in a second. All in favor signify with an eye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. And then approval of the financial reports. If you take a second, look those over.
Want to make a note that I saw some of them were down a little bit during the month of July and August. That's correct?
That is correct, Bobby. We are down on our income versus our expenses for this month. So that we're down around $2,000 or so as opposed to last year. And that's attributed to the restaurant and the hotel taxes down as well.
They're all. Just curious, when is our best months? Is there a trend?
Well, I'm sorry, what was the question?
When is our best months of revenue? Is there a certain trend or just? I haven't been there that long, so I don't know, like, if July and August is kinda down.
Summer months are definitely better.
Are better, but this month, this time it's not been.
Right, this time
Right.
it's not good.
I think statewide revenues for tourism were down almost 15%. Over the summer months is what I read. Is that
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's about correct.
So it's,
So we're about par for the course with everyone else statewide.
and the only reason I ask that, because, you know, if we got less money coming in, that means what we budgeted, we may not be able to do everything we had
May not.
planned.
May Fortunately, we are susceptible to the economy like everyone else.
That's
right. Whenever you all have had a chance, need a motion to approve the finances.
I'll make a motion to approve finance.
Second.
Motion made and a second. All in favor signify with an eye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion's carried. Moving on to old business, the Stafford House fencing. We did discuss that last month and we tabled that fencing in lieu of getting two other estimates. We have one estimate from Lewis Road and we have two estimates coming in that are in process. So we were gonna have to continue that tabling until we can have those numbers to make a comparison. So that's the only old business that we had. Is anybody have anything that we didn't make the agenda on old business? Not that I'm aware of. Okay. Then moving on to new business, funding request from Kentucky Apple Festival. Do we all have a copy of that? Okay. Tuesday, yeah. I just want to make sure we all had our stuff under.
I don't know if we have a copy of that.
Yeah, I didn't make a copy. I emailed it to everybody.
Yeah.
Right.
The original.
And I looked at it, but let's make sure we have a paper copy for
Yeah, I think-
everybody to glance at too. And we have a couple gentlemen joining us from the Apple board. And one lady, I'm sorry, honey. Didn't mean to overlook you.
She was hiding.
If you all would, if you have, are you gonna be the spokesperson?
I think I was nominated.
Yeah, bless your heart, you drew the short straw, didn't you?
I'll stand up with him.
I was just about to get the straws.
If you all would introduce yourselves for those that are not familiar with you.
My name is Jimmy Wright. I'm a member of the Kentucky Apple Festival and a lifelong resident here in Johnson County, reside here in the city of Paintsville.
He was also hiding on the Kentucky Apple Festival.
Anyway, thank you, Chris.
Tina Webb,
Hey, Van Leer.
do it all. Van Leer Queen. I'm sorry, Tina.
That's alright, that's alright. I've been called worse.
No, you do a wonderful job. Everyone knows you and knows your work. You do a great job. So we have this funding request. Jimmy, take it away.
The Apple Festival is celebrating its 54th anniversary this year. As most of you all know, last year it literally rained out the Kentucky Apple Festival. First time that I can ever recall that it rained all 3 days. And literally we had talked to the different booths around town that were set up, and it was a loss across the board, including to the festival. The festival had to cover the loss in a lot of revenue if you talk about the rise in those things. So we were down in revenues. I heard y'all were talking earlier, so you all are down in revenue as well. Our request is for $20,000, which will help offset the cost of operating the Kentucky Apple Festival. As many of you all know, I believe that the festival attracts a lot of non-Johnson County residents to the tourism, to the festival. We fill up the motels, we have people eating. We do admit that there's a lot of food that's sold downtown, so this is not as much probably sold in the restaurants, but I eat in those restaurants at night as well, so I'm seeing those restaurants filling up, and we check with local motels, and they're booked that weekend. So we believe that the festival is a good investment both for Johnson County and the tourism board because of the amount of individual tourism that we bring in. As you'll see, the board had did a breakdown of the cost. So the cost that you all would invest, if you all would like to invest the $20,000, could easily be shown exactly where those fees are going to. We pay upfront for a lot of products and services that are handled in the city during that festival. I may not be able to answer all the questions, but we have Otto and Tina here, so if the board has any questions that they would like to ask.
I think you stated in here about the hotel. What's the capacity? Are they full at that time?
They are full weekend of Kentucky Apple Festival.
We also have an overrun that goes to Prestonsburg. And we also have some people who come to Louise.
We contacted the meeting hotel right next to the Mount Park Center, and they had confirmed that they are booked for the weekend of the Apple Festival as well.
Campgrounds also.
Yeah, campgrounds also. Both Genie Well and Festival.
Question for the finance is what did we budget for this?
We have 10,000 for the Apple Festival, and then we have 10,000 allotted for the city for cleanup.
So it's within our budget. For this.
And there is a lot of activity that place you've ever seen. And on Sunday morning, you never know a festival is in the city. I mean, they do amazing work.
They do great work. Absolutely.
Did you all know that we also pay the whole time, through the whole festival, haven't ever been a garbage picked up? All the garbage cans, everything is emptied continuously. And we pay the ROTC to do this. Allen Central ROTC. And they're paid the whole entire time. We pay.
I've seen them there, but I didn't know that.
That's what they're doing, and they're keeping the garbage cans emptied and garbage bags put back in and.
And we rent the carts and.
Yeah, we rent and pay for the cars.
And the equipment to do that.
So
Yeah.
I always knew that the ROTC did that because when I worked one of the booths there, we fed them because they were
never-
so
yes.
good to keep everything picked up, but we didn't realize they were being paid.
Yes.
We thought it was, you
They're
know,
paid
part of
every
their
year.
leadership
It's for
training.
their club or something.
No.
Yeah.
Paid by us.
No,
No, it's for them.
Mine said it was for the club, yes, it's for
Yes,
ROTC.
it's for their club.
The Apple Festival pays.
That's their
They do a great job.
That's their primary activity money for the year.
We also pay them to march in the parade.
Is $1,000 the correct amount that you pay?
That's correct, that's
That
what
is
we
correct.
have, yes.
And you mentioned that, some of this goes to help the city, which usually are city police officers, because they have to work overtime.
Yeah.
So that doesn't take the burden on the city, is that, so it's, they're there 24/7 or 24/3, whatever it is.
But
They
you
are
know,
there.
the city police force, they're strapped for time,
Yeah.
officers as well, so, with me living there in town, I'm out in the late hours now, so I'm seeing that they are patrolling more, we're seeing them on the streets more, during the festival, they're there. KSP rolls in there, and they do a lot of coverage, but the bulk of our coverage comes from Chief Hobrooks and Sheriff Price, and so we're seeing those people all out now. One of the things that we talk about that we don't say, the festival pays for a lot of things. So the parking lot this year at the Mayo campus, the back parking lot behind what's called Building C, and the upper parking lot over across the street where Our Lady of the Mountain is, Hobby Hall Regional Medical Center and Kentucky Apple Festival rents those lots so that those people that come into town to set up those booths that can stay overnight, they get to park their cars there. It doesn't cost anything. The hospital pays half and the festival pays half. There's a lot of hidden costs that we don't really talk about that occurs as the festival goes on.
But that's always happened though, used with the Paintsville, you just used to do it at Paintsville High School before, I mean.
We pay them as well.
I know, yeah, I mean, it's
Yes.
not like it's a new cost, I mean, you've always done that.
We have, but
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the cost is, but I mean,
a lot of times people just don't know that it's that we're contributing to those entities as well.
I think I'll go ahead and pose the question, Jimmy, without trying to, I'm certainly not trying to instigate any kind of, and I want us all to keep a nice professional demeanor. I think it's great, today is great. But I'll go ahead and ask the question, so on all of our minds. We're looking here at the advertising costs and the promotion costs, and what type of advertising has been done thus far
So
for the festival.
We have our flyer. A lot of people will tell you that the Apple Festival has been in existence for 54 years, and that most entities know that the festival exists. I will be the first to tell you that there can be improvement. Especially when we come to talk about our website. It needs improvement. There's no doubt of that. We have the flyer. We attract a lot of people. I will be the first to tell you that type of advertisement needs to occur. But I believe it needs to occur early in the year. It's not something that we can do 2 weeks before the festival because we're out there, we're on the newspaper, we're on the radio, we have the local newspapers and YMT downtown with us. So we're talking it up. But it's one of those things that, good or bad, you're talking about thousands and thousands of dollars to talk about advertisement for an entire year. The festival doesn't have that much money. We don't have that much money in our whole budget. But we do some advertisement, and I will be the first to say that our website is the one site that needs to be updated, improved upon, those type of things. I hope that answers.
It does. I knew that was on, that was on the board's mind, so I felt like we at least had to, address it.
In defense of that, if you'll notice, if you go to the tourism booth, there's a map up there of the states of United States. We got 50 blocks up there with 50 switches on the inside. Those are thrown, every one of them are filled every year. Plus, usually 4 or 5 foreign countries.
Good deal. Good deal.
But I believe that's a lot of because we've held that festival so many years here in our county. You know, people that live here, they moved away, they come back, and word of mouth attracts a lot of people.
It does. It does. Do you all have a Facebook page as well?
We do have a Facebook page. We didn't realize that it was being operated, so I was watching the Facebook page trying to figure out who was posting the stuff, because there's pictures out there, it talks about what the festival is.
And have you done? You said you had news media advertising in place.
Yes, so that was voted on 2 meetings back, so it'll appear in the newspapers now that we've bought ads at the local radio stations as well to cover those
Good deal.
weeks leading up to it, so that should start at the end of this week and then go all the way through the festival itself.
And I got a phone call today at our expense, we may be on top of the town Wednesday.
Yeah.
At your expense. You gotta love it. You gotta love a small town. Does anyone else have any questions? Anyone else? Well, yeah, I know you're familiar with the procedure. We take it and take it up in discussion and then decide at a later time and let you know what the decision is. But I thank you so much, so much.
So we'll go ahead and go. We have another meeting at 6 o'clock over here in town.
It was good to see you all.
Thank you.
Good to see you, Miss Tina.
Bye.
Bye, honey.
I gotta get back to Baylor.
You all take care.
Hold me a seat, Jim.
All right, so then moving on to the Country Music Highway Museum, approval of financial reports and payment of bills for August 2016. I didn't think so either, but I don't slide anybody.
Right.
And whenever y'all have had a chance to look it over, do we have any questions about it? I noticed I've seen the Lowe's landscaping charge. Are we looking at anyone else are we spreading it around with the landscaping?
Yes, we've had Lowe's, we've had, that's working on now, we've been to, the Mennonites out towards Flat Gap.
Good, good. They're such a good resource.
Very much.
Let's see. Anything else, you all?
Make a motion to approve.
In a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor signify with an eye. Any opposed? Motion carried. Jeremiah. You're up, baby.
Thank you very much. Just want to touch on a couple different things. The Melton Home Place, we had this past month, we've had 175 visitors with revenue of $941. That's down 1 visitor over last year, but revenue is up about $7 over last year. The museum, we've had 195 people visit last month. That's down from 203 last year. Our revenue is down just about $50 from last year's numbers. Consistent with what we've seen this season. Last month was really slow, very hot for us here for some reason. We had a decline in our travelers. You can see that here in the office and the hotels as well. Let you know a couple different things. Stephanie and I have been working on, and I don't want to steal her thunder, but we've been working on the travel guides for the state. I will be attending the Brushy Fork Institute this week. I leave tomorrow morning for that. The section that they have is going to be focused on tourism and how we can use our natural resources, our facilities, and that sort of thing to better serve us. So hopefully I'll come back with from the Brushy Fork with some new knowledge and maybe some funding opportunities. We're working on the Appalachian Craft Days. As Russell mentioned earlier, we've started our planning of our Christmas events, and we have some plans there. This year it's going to be 2 days or 2 weekends, two days each weekend. Christmas on the farm, so we're in planning stages for that. The SIP, we are finishing up the installation of the projector is in. And I had
Oh
trained
God, that's
this
it today.
morning.
That's fabulous.
It most certainly
Uh-huh.
is. It's very nice.
That's pretty exciting.
It's gonna be.
That's
gonna
pretty
be nice.
exciting.
We're still working to fix the lobby. We've got to take care of some concrete work in the lobby. We'll be doing that fairly soon, and we have to move forward with getting the screen fixed and boxed in. That way it looks professional and we can show high quality movie. We are planning a movie event next month in October. Will be our first movie there. We've already contacted a company that has our rights for that movie, and that's going to be pretty good. Can we tell them that? No, but we're going to keep it a surprise. Yeah. Okay. We'll finalize that, and then I'll send out an email about our actual what the movie is. But I will say it's going to be a favorite of many. Stafford House, we're working there with some issues there with the fencing. Laura and I've been working on that.
We're gonna have to have gutters. I'm sorry. Yesterday at Ed's thing, it was like a faucet running full force coming off that
It
side.
was like
door.
getting a shower.
I mean, I was
Really was.
soaked from one end to the, we've got to have gutters.
We had folks coming in and they were
Yeah.
getting soaked.
We
He was
will be working
unfortunate.
on that to get the gutters. We also have to look at painting the roof, and that may be a spring project as we're pushing into fall. That may very much be a spring project, but I'll have that in an assessment on all the facilities later for you all.
Jeremiah, on Stafford House, where are we at with getting that electric service moved?
Electric
That is
service,
really-
we've sent that in. They will contact Tim Brandon. They promised me, I talked to Glenn last week, he's promised me that he will talk with Tim Brandon, and we'll have that changed over very shortly, within the,
Everyone's been paid for their services in regards to that, is that correct?
yes.
But yet the job's not complete, is that correct? I
That is correct.
just wanted to make sure.
We will have it finished very shortly.
AEP's been paid.
AEP's been paid, yes ma'am.
Yes. And we've sent their check into them last week in the forms, proper forms.
Was that the holdup where they hadn't been paid?
That
No.
was partially that. There was communication issue. They have to have a signed off form as well. Glenn, when he talked to me about that, there was a missed date in August, and then that came about. We have electricity there now, but we are going to change that over from running at the top and put it underground.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And that box was.
And without taking Stephanie's report, I don't want to do her marketing report because that's really it's been our focus of working on that. With the state stuff, there's a lot of stuff that's been turned in as well with that. But I'll have a better update, and I'll let Stephanie handle the rest of the marketing.
What do we got for October events?
What would you like to do? There's something going on everywhere. We have a concert at the SIP on the 15th, I believe it is.
Tell us all again who that is, because that's kind of cool.
Well, that's actually next weekend we have one. Tyler Stevens is going to be at the SIP.
Yay,
And it's going to be
Tyler.
on, just a second, let me get my
He's
calendar.
such a good kid.
Where can I know you can buy tickets online, but can you go to City Hall and buy them, or is there a place?
You
Just
can buy them at
Espresso
Espresso
Cafe,
Cafe and the Country Music Highway Museum.
Okay.
That's going to be on the 29th. Tyler Stevens will be in concert that evening.
And I don't know if y'all are aware how well Tyler's doing for himself. Do you know he is headlining with Shooter Jennings? He's
Yes.
doing very well.
He'll be like Chris Stapleton. You
He's
know, I
gonna be a
remember
big-
when
he's
Chris
gonna be
came
big.
to the SIP.
So that's pretty
Chris
exciting
came
stuff.
twice
That's
to
why
the
I was
SIP. He loves
I was
the
plugging for him.
He just came back. He's been in the Midwest playing all summer long and just came back for
He's
this
doing
fall
really, really well.
season.
He's a good kid.
He's a
the-
great kid.
The 15th, we have a concert in there. Oil Springs Fire Department is doing a benefit concert at the SIP. We have Paddle Fest on the 22nd, and will probably be our movie date on the 22nd that evening. Yeah, there. We've got Paddle Fest this Saturday. We will be back on the river this month, so we will put in at Billy Ray's Restaurant Saturday morning at 8 o'clock, and then we'll be floating down to Paintsville. Our wonderful boat dock is open there at Combs Airport, so they will have a stop. They can stop about halfway through and rest, or they will have the option this time to pull out there? Yeah, they'll have
Are we
the
gonna be
option
doing
to pull
anything
out there.
there, as far as reception for those that are getting out there?
They won't even get out there. They'll come.
I don't
We
know, I
have,
think
we
some
have
of
our
them probably
dinner.
will.
You do?
Well, it's been discussion with, the mayor of Prestonsburg and Mitchell with tourism there, and, because there was discussion of maybe allowing people to put in there. But, ideally, we need them to put in on the daily rates.
Mhm.
And if they want to get out, that's their prerogative to do so there. We thought about setting up some waters and
That's what I was
porta
wondering.
potty, but to man it, there's just really not enough people to go around to take care of all of that. So,
And we have a nice lunch prepared for you here to Paintsville, and that's where the rescue squad or the fire department is in Paintsville. They come down and help us out and pull out the water.
Right.
yeah.
And then, of course, we shuttle back to Prestonsburg from there.
It just, all those dynamics, and maybe something else can be worked out for October, but for September, because it's an entire weekend of festivities with the paddle jam, there's a concert at the MAC on Friday night, and then something afterwards there, Billy Ray's. So there was too many other things going on to try to add in, doing anything at the Combs Airport other than allowing them opportunity to use the restroom and grab some water. That's what they wanted to do.
Cool beans. Answered my question.
Are we doing a pumpkin house this year?
Yes,
Yeah.
we're doing pumpkin house,
Pumpkin house. We're so
and everybody's copying us, which is so flattering.
Yeah.
yeah.
But we're still going to do it bigger and better.
We have ordered,
Over that.
we've ordered 500 pumpkins. Those will be delivered in the 11th of October. He will have those for us, and he also, Johnson County now has a pumpkin patch out on his farm. He has it open with pony rides and painting and lots of crafts out there. So, we will be doing that. We'll be contacting the local schools, is that correct? With
Yes,
pumpkins?
yes.
And
Yeah.
we'll be distributing those pumpkins as well.
Last year we had there was a lot that we wanted to do with it last year, but we just didn't get to. It's the inaugural one, you know. So this year we've already been in contact with a couple of the football teams and a couple of basketball teams, and the jiu-jitsu school is going to be sponsoring a pumpkin, and it's going to be fun stuff. Why not? Fun stuff.
That's all
Any
I
other
have.
events?
Unless anyone else has something for me.
No. Okay, Miss Stephanie. Oh, I'm sorry, Richard. You're here now. You go
No,
ahead,
you,
baby.
no, you got it. That's
Well,
just being
thank
quiet.
goodness their brochures, are shipping. They should be here Thursday.
Thursday.
Originally, I thought it was gonna be like the 27th, but, I guess Thursday the brochures will be here. So we're delighted about that. And as Jeremiah said that, we're, right now, pretty much all of our co-op ads with the state are due. So we're happy to put all those things together. Our visit with Philippe and, his, companion went very well. We had, I think that they thoroughly enjoyed their time here. They appreciated the nice room. They loved all the facilities, and he says he hopes to be back here in 3 to 4 years again. I think he did a lot more this time than he did the last time he was here.
Yes.
And Jeremiah took him to the Mayo Church, and he was able to see the guts of how the organ works and such. And so then she invited him up closer to look at the keys and such, and he sat down and started playing. And he was fooling us all because he knew how to play very well. And he was thrilled with being able to play an organ such as that.
Yes, it was.
How much fun is that?
Yeah,
You'll write it.
he just literally lit up like a child. And,
Oh, I bet.
And his companion, I'm drawing a blank on her name right now.
Karen.
That's right. She was a little got by his
Yes.
skills as well, but he plays by ear, not by note. And in fact, Robin was like, "Come back up here, play more," because it was astonishing what he could do.
That's cool. Hope he'll write about
so
that.
he enjoyed me. He was open to tasting various things. So we said bologna sandwiches were like a thing from here, and so he ordered a bologna sandwich at Angie's Grill, and then Jeremiah ordered fried catfish, and he wanted to try sampling of that. And
He loves to eat.
he
Who
enjoys
doesn't?
food. Yes.
Who doesn't love to eat?
Fried
If they
green
do,
tomatoes.
if they don't
Fried
love to
green
eat,
tomatoes
Yeah,
and
he-
beer
Yeah.
cheese.
Yeah.
And what else and then cornhole games. He was so, he's like, "What is that?" So we introduced him to several different things, and
that's cool.
it all in all was a very positive experience for him, I think.
And I don't know if
so-
y'all know this, but he chose Paintsville, and we were the only Eastern Kentucky town. Yay, Paintsville.
Yes,
Paintsville.
yes. I
And
did
then-
a press release to that. Hopefully someone picked it up, but I didn't send that out right after. We had the Paddle Fest last month on the lake, and though we didn't have, as we anticipate, the interest is the river, but we had 28 boats, I think it was. Feedback was all, couldn't believe how clear the water was there.
It was beautiful.
And the fog was beautiful that morning. You could barely see where you're going. And then it was lifting. As the fog was lifting, we're all bunched together, and bald eagle goes past us, and so pretty much everyone was like, "Wow, this is amazing." We ended up postponing the moonlight paddle because we're still working out some stuff on legal lights and such, and Legend Outfitters was having to do a little bit more research, so maybe spring that'll come into fruition, hopefully so. And I guess, our commercial starts this week for the Apple Festival, and with WKYT in Lexington, and we also went ahead and did a billboard for them, and I guess I'm looking for guidance on what more I need to do, if there needs to be anything else done, since I didn't want any controversy, but the floor is mine right now, and I can speak that I was needing a flyer, a brochure to give to the WKYT to start building the app. We needed the information, and Jeremiah asked me to call Ray. I called Ray, and he asked me to call Barbara. I called Barbara, and it was a less than pleasant experience. My conversation was with her. I was told that we were insulting them because they didn't need our assistance in marketing the Apple Festival, and that they wanted our money. And I said I couldn't speak to them about money, and reiterated I was just needing the information about the Apple Festival so that we could do the WKYT commercial. And she was accusatory in saying that we had not done any marketing last year, that she didn't see any of it. And I said, "Well, ma'am, I'm sorry, but that's not the case." And Jeremiah had met with Ray and a couple of other people and gave them the information. And to be perfectly honest, I was kind of got by her attitude, and she said that they had been doing this and they didn't really need us. And I just tried to say we're a community working together to get the numbers back, because state showed the numbers were down, and we were happy to help. And she pretty much said, we don't want you all to do the marketing, we want the money. That's what was told to me, and I just said I couldn't speak to that. I was just calling for the brochure, which at that time, and I'm sorry, my date on that is leaving my brain, but it was like 2 weeks ago or something. At that time, those brochures were still not printed. So I just finally said that I wasn't comfortable having this conversation, and I appreciated whenever
they have dropped one off, Linnea? They did? Good, okay. I'm sorry you had a less than pleasant
Yeah.
experience.
Well,
You are in the line of.
yes, I've had it for 2 years now.
Yeah. You're in the line of
Yeah.
fire, and I apologize
But
for
I
that.
really was kind of bothered because I said, I think she says they're a not-for-profit agency, organization, and I just, I'm sorry, I probably shouldn't have said this, but I said, but it is a community festival, and it is, so.
Well, and
I was disappointed because I was, I didn't expect what I got.
It's unfortunate. It's very unfortunate.
okay. How much?
We spent last year, if you'd like for me to
Yeah,
tell you that.
that's what I'm looking
Okay.
for.
We spent last year for them, a total of $5,320. And where that money was spent was, I went to West Virginia on the SAZ Everyday Moms and spoke about our festival there. We also did some digital marketing with WSAZ. We put an ad in the Big Sandy News. We, which was the, then we did WKYT commercial that ran, and then Sayersville Independent and the digital with WKYT as well. And, all I can say to you all is this, is that I've been engaged in conversations with Kristen Bronson, who is with, she is the head of the state of Kentucky's Department of Tourism, and about something I'm working on for our community that I can't say yet until it's a signed done deal. But she actually, in her email, complimented me on what we were doing here in Paintsville, and that she, in Frankfurt, was seeing our commercial. So,
Which is the idea? Is it?
It-
we don't need to see commercials here.
no, exactly.
Yes, the
How do we
idea.
market it, though?
Right.
So, thus far, we're gonna do this commercial, and then we have this particular billboard that went up.
Where's the billboard at?
It is over off of Huntington Avenue.
Yeah.
It's a nice one. That's a nice billboard.
Simple read.
Yeah.
And, if I've looked into doing something in the Lexington Herald Weekender. If we wanna do that, that would tie into obviously the commercial running and to that, because, as Bonnie and I sat at the RV and Boat Show in February and spoke to the people there are so many, and he did speak, about, so many people live out of town, and it's about bringing them back home.
Right.
As we do in Ohio, we market through billboards and some print, and, if you're seeing it, in different locations, it kind of flags you, and you start, marrying it together, and it hopefully grows your tourism. And so if we wanted to proceed with that, we can do that, but, I have not done any local marketing for the Apple Festival.
But it sounds like they're doing that, right?
That's
Sounds like
what,
that.
didn't
I
they
was
say
wondering if Paintsville Herald or Big City.
that they were gonna do the local? That's just what
That's what
they
they
said.
just said
Right.
they were doing their local, so.
So
And the radio.
I'm just
And the
saying,
radio.
I have not.
That is
I mean,
a
we
pretty
have been asked by multiple people
Yeah, it is.
That's no problem.
Yeah.
to
Overall.
market locally, and I
Well, there's
Jim
not
and I-
any need
and I
to.
run it past, and we've said no.
Now they are correct in that. There's no need in telling people that know about it.
Right.
Bobby, I would like to make a clarifying statement. You asked Stephanie when we spent last year. That's on the marketing side. It's
Just
my
the
understanding that we spent $10,000 as a commission to the city of Cleveland. Is that
Yeah.
correct?
Okay.
Mhm.
And I'm fine with that too.
I just wanted to make sure.
Well, and I need to clarify something. They said that they had given the city, there were at least 2 years in a row, and they used to give the city $5,000, but it was costing the city
Okay.
whatever.
More
And
money.
and so there was a couple years that they didn't even give them the 5,000.
Oh, really?
No. So, I'm like everybody else. I don't want any more confrontations, and you can like it or whatever. They do fill these hotels.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I think that I agree with Stephanie. this is a community. We all need to work together and be kind. My mother had a saying, it costs you nothing to be sweet, kind, and nice. And
Well, you
I
know,
think we
and-
bore better as a community if we don't always have to agree.
No.
But you don't need to be ugly.
Absolutely not.
It-
And
it-
I felt like I was sent to the wolves. I just needed a bloody
Oh, honey,
brochure.
I've been
you know?
there.
Not that I can't handle the wolves, but it just wasn't how it should have been because I was asking for information to market something for them. That wasn't coming, I guess.
Well,
it was
first of
coming
all,
out of their
as our
pocket,
employee,
but they
you-
just want cash.
No, you don't have to put up that.
As our employee, under no circumstances are you ever to let anybody speak to you in that manner again.
Well, I know that our situation has been strained.
I realize that, and I'm sure that you yes ma'am her, and that's all well and good, and we expect you to be kind. But with that said, you don't have to take that kind of abuse
But
out
you
of it.
know, like Jeremiah, I think it was you earlier who spoke that they said they spent 10,000 on brochures. I don't know how many brochures that they print, but I can assure you, after going through this process of getting bids for our brochures, that's a lot of money for a brochure,
This one.
for that particular brochure. And I don't know if they bid out particular things or what, but we ordered 50,000 brochures. We go through about 50,000 brochures every 6 months, and we did not spend that high of a dollar amount.
Just curious, how much do you think, I know we got some
Where do
money
they go?
allotted toward this year.
Well, you
How
have
much?
to actually go to their website, and you have to send them
A
a self-addressed
envelope.
envelope to get a brochure.
Oh, no, I'm wondering if we got money allotted in the budget this year. How much has already been spent this year on advertisements? Could we not deduct that from that? If we consider it, even if we consider it.
Yeah, there's been a good deal of money spent already because advertising
exception of what
was,
was
time
supposed to be
time was of the essence. It needed to be advertised.
Right.
Because you gotta have that. If you don't have a safe environment, people are not gonna come. And the police,
They were very nice, but they said, we didn't need all those policemen and firemen down there. That was said to an employee. I said, well, really?
Well, maybe it should be discussed what was said there because,
All I know is it, you have to have them out there, and they do hire security. I mean, they do hire outside, and it's fine, but you have to have trained people.
Well, yeah,
I mean, you have to have trained firemen, trained EMS.
Yeah.
You can't
well,
just hire
any
Jack
city
Doe
is
off
going
the
to have-
street and expect them to have the capabilities of a fireman or a policeman or an EMS. Sorry, that just doesn't go that way. But
Back to the marketing.
well, I think we ought to give it to them because I do think that they fill the hotel. But with that said, they need to change their attitude.
But we need to we need to take in account the marketing money that's already been spent
That's what
thus
I was
far.
asking
Yeah,
for.
and that's
The
why Bobby was
$3,000
asking that.
add that
If
in.
you spent X number of dollars, that needs to be taken into account. And obviously, if our state tourism personnel in Frankfurt are seeing the commercials, you've done an effective job.
yeah.
So that's
You
can't argue with success.
Market outside that
Right.
religious.
And then you mentioned something about the Lexington Herald on the weekend. I wonder if the Huntington paper does something like that.
Louisville paper also does that,
You know.
and the RECC
Well,
book should be
and
put
see,
it in.
that's what it comes down to, what I asked last meeting as well. I mean, I'm happy to reach out and try to get this done. We're on a timeline, obviously. Come Monday, if we do the Lexington Herald ad, they have to have everything by Monday. We didn't have any information,
Good.
and how much are you wanting us to spend?
Right.
What is being
That's what
spent
it
dollar
goes
wise
to.
right now? Where are we at right now with
I
Apple
should know
Festival?
That the
Numbers.
commercial is what I'm questioning, but I want to say it's a couple of $1,000s there already, and then we are at like $600 on the billboard, and then we can spend upwards of.
I think you
We
made
can
the
go
most-
full page ad if we wanted at $1,100, half a page at $750, a $225, and, or $250 for an eighth of a page.
Well, let's decide what size page we're gonna do, make that ad our last,
The last-
endeavor of marketing for the Apple Festival.
I'm sorry, what?
We need to decide what size ad we wanna do for that.
Okay.
Do like a half-page ad and then cut that off, and that will be the extent of our marketing contributing to the Apple Festival, since they're already doing their local markets. Is everyone in agreement?
Yes.
And then the remaining amount of money, go ahead and give them per their request, because they do meet the guidelines that we set aside for everyone else. Do they fill the hotels? Do they fill the restaurants? That's the guideline.
Okay, the request is for $20,000 from the commission.
And we're looking
We
at,
have it budgeted for 10,000.
No, we had.
Well, it's really 20, but we write the check to the city 10.
yeah, the money comes to,
It's just, I mean, we,
on their behalf, we're
Used
writing
to,
the
they
check to the
gave
city.
it all to the Apple Board, and then the Apple Board would reimburse the city.
Well, they say on their funding request, 5,000 will go to the city for cleanup.
Sorry.
So we need to pay that directly.
We pay that directly to the
We
city.
cannot go beyond our budget.
No.
We can't do that. We were already down, so. And if we expend, if we give them 20,000 plus pay for the marketing that we've already done.
That puts us above our budget.
That's above our budget.
So what's our dollar amount,
10,000.
Stephanie, on our, with the half-page ad, what is our dollar amount spent thus far?
I don't have the exact dollar amount on the, commercial, because I signed that contract, and I apologize, I don't have that, I should.
Can you
Like,
get,
4 or 5 months ago, it was already in the,
you could get that
because
to,
we split that, I can get that and send that in an email a little later.
get that and send that to everyone in an email, and then the remainder.
$2,300 a month, that's what I said, yeah, so.
Yeah.
And then we, like I said, this would be $750, and then it is, it's $150 for the production poster wrap, and then it's $450 for the space with, Lamar sign.
So you,
Whatever that amount is.
whatever that amount is, and you'll put that in an email for all of us.
Okay.
Whatever that amount is, take that off of the
Plus the
total,
billboard and
and
all
then
that.
approve the rest.
And then, seem like we're concerned about not including the 10,000 to the city. Can we earmark, say, okay, well.
That's already earmarked
that's what
in
we
the
do.
budget.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
And
still
the
already
only other
budgeted.
thing is I feel the need to say this, is that we also have to be mindful that we market the Apple Festival on our website, in our brochures,
Mhm.
when.
So
we
actually, there's, yeah, a
I mean,
percentage of
we
cost
are
there.
all year long, be it wherever we are, promoting our Apple Festival.
Right. So there's a percentage of cost that we're covering that's not even been figured into that.
Exactly. Yes,
That's,
exactly.
in
Well-
gift or in kind, as you might
Right.
wanna say.
Well, should we not, I mean, could you draft a letter and send it to them, let them know that? Put it in writing?
Well, I'm sure when we give our response, we probably need to include that when you think, and say, yeah, just, to
I
reiterate,
know what we're gonna miss.
just to reiterate.
We wanna help.
Absolutely.
And make everything successful, that's the plan.
That's
the
our
plan.
goal, is to
But we just have to stay within budget.
Okay, so, do we need to take a vote on that, attorney, our attorney?
Well, I mean, if you're making a decision, we need a motion and a vote.
Need a motion then, and do we need to state what the motion should
Absolutely.
be?
Yeah, we need to articulate what
We need
it
a-
is, what action the board is taking, and needs for the record for the
I'll
minutes.
do my best.
Well, I mean, whoever
You
makes the
can't do it
motion,
if you-
yeah,
I
chair.
can't do
Whoever's
it.
acting chair can't, but whoever wants to make that motion.
I do have a clarifying statement before. The response, is that something that I need to do?
Would you please, yes.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
And my clarification is so that I will give you this dollar amount, the Lexington Herald will be the only thing, or are you
the
wanting
only
me
thing,
to?
that's it, cut it.
Okay.
Yeah, after that, that's it, yeah. And I think that fulfills our obligation to ourselves even, our obligation to ourselves to feel like we've done it justice. So I need somebody to articulate this motion, Richard, since
You
I'm
can, I
acting.
can't, because I'm still chairman.
Okay.
Just just sitting in my chair.
And because I'm acting today, I can't?
I can't.
Is that correct, attorney?
That, no,
It'd
you,
probably be a little cleaner if somebody else was.
It's okay, Bobby, it's all on you, baby.
You want me to recall all that?
Yeah.
Okay, the motion is to pay the, use our budget line, I guess, basically, you got to clean it all up. Lynette, we use our budget line to give the Apple Festival, but exclude from that the cost of the current advertisement costs. And we don't need to earmark it for that, cause it's already included.
Right.
All right, we're gonna give them the we got $20,000, is that right?
No, it's, 10,000 for the festival.
Yeah, 10,000 for the city.
Yeah, it is
10,000 for the
the
festival.
plan.
We pay directly to the city, that's on a different line item.
Okay. So we get 10,000 less the cost of the advertising. That's what we're gonna get, right? I'm saying that because we've been all over the page on this thing.
Yeah, so you've made the motion, now we need a second.
Second.
All in favor signify with an aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Let me go back and ask the question about the 10,000 for the
We
city.
just
How's
approved
already-
it. So we can't really go back and
No, I'm not going back.
discuss it any,
Oh.
because we've approved it.
It's done.
It's a done deal.
Good, I'm going.
All right then, so, then executive
Hopefully good.
session pursuant with KRS 61.8101C and F. Do we have anything to do today in executive session? Everyone's signifying no. So
No,
moving
no,
on.
no. I hate executive session.
Any commissioner comments?
I got to say no, didn't I?
You got to say no, Bonnie Joe. Any comments? If
Well,
not,
We
I-
have that.
Yes, we do. We forgot to mention the bubble soccer at the
Yes.
the what?
Rec Center.
rec center.
I don't know that Friday,
It's a Friday, yeah.
Apple Day.
Yeah, Friday of Apple Day.
Friday after day, everybody come out.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
See bubble soccer.
yeah.
Bubble soccer.
Can't explain to you, you
Yeah,
have to go see
you
it.
have, I mean,
Yeah,
it's
just
the
have to
funniest
see it.
thing.
I'm trying
Or
to picture
YouTube-
in my mind what we're
YouTube
even
bubble
talking
soccer.
about.
I was afraid to ask.
They put these big
I
bubbles
need to
on
look
you
it
and
up,
run around,
evidently,
kick a
'cause
soccer ball and stuff,
are we
bounce off each
participating
other
in
and bounce
this?
off the ground. It's wild.
I'm not.
Rec
Cause-
Center is hosting.
The rec-
But we don't have to do no bubble soccer? Good. Okay.
I'm not participating.
I need a motion to adjourn, please.
I make that motion.
I need a second,
Oh.
please.
Everything's over there, that young man.
Do
Well,
you
we didn't have
have?
him on the agenda. Kyle, we'll get you after the meeting if we have something we can talk about, but we didn't have it on the agenda today. So a motion and a second, please. All in favor signify with an eye.
Everybody.
All opposed? Nays?
No.
No? Adjourn. Everyone needs to fill out this form and make sure that
But I-
Jeremiah
I just
has
wanna
it.
make sure that we pay the city, but I was